What's going on, guys? TTL here. A great day yesterday, both the free picks and in the VIP picks. I think we went 3-1 yesterday. The only loss was Sexton on free picks. We're back on that heater, baby. That's 2 days in a row of profit. And VIP has been killing it. We're back on that heater. Happy to see. Definitely loving all the positivity in the chat now. I had to mute a lot of people that were just like yapping over the past week. And super happy to see that. A few of them even left, and I think that's hilarious because they left like right before the heater started back, and that's just so funny to me. But love you guys. Thank you guys so much for all the support. Make sure you hit this thumbs up button, guys. Leave a comment down below if you're going to tell any of these picks, and hit the subscribe button. There's still around 70% of you not subscribed. And guys, if you're interested in VIP, it's $20 a month. You can sign up on Patreon. The link is in the description and in the comment down below. You get slips for every single website, guys. And if you don't profit on your first day, if we as a whole in VIP do not profit on your first day, you get your $20 back. So I do have a money back guarantee just for that first day you join. But guys, this is the VIP recap from last night. I fell asleep before Sexton ended up going under. But as of last night, we went up 1.4 units on Prizepicks. We went up 9 units on UnderDog. 0.81 on Chalkboard, 1.92 on Sleeper, minus 0.1 on Betr, just because I did a 0.1 unit Hail Mary 100x, which was actually a 200x, by the way. And then we went up 1 unit on Thunderpick, which is a sports book. As long as you have a sports book, you can tell what's on Thunderpick. But we went up 14.03, so just 14 units yesterday. The day before, we went up around 7.8. So absolutely crushing it these past 2 days. Super happy to see that. Hopefully we can just keep that fire going, keep that heat going, and let's have another great free pick day today as well. I'm going to be giving you guys my top, we'll say 3 props today, just because today is a little bit iffy. So today's a little bit iffy. There's only 4 games today, and then in the Grizzlies game, you can see a familiar face on the board, Ja Morant. He's supposed to come back today. He's off suspension now at least, so I would assume he would come back today. I'm pretty sure. And that's exciting, but at the same time, we don't really know how that's going to affect the team overall. So really looking forward to watching that game tonight. Zion versus Morant. That'll be fun to watch. But I do have 2 props from that Pelicans game that I'm going to give you guys, and then I have 1 prop from a different game that I'm going to give you guys. So these are my top 3 Prizepicks props, but I'm going to be completely honest with you guys. Play light money today. Prizepicks, not even just Prizepicks, NBA today is a little bit iffy for me. I did 1 unit on everything except for Chalkboard. Chalkboard today I did a 2 unit play, but the rest are just 1 unit plays just because it's a little bit iffy today. If you guys are interested in a free trial of VIP, sign up to Chalkboard. Use code TTL when you make your first deposit. You'll get a week for free. You also get a week for free if you sign up to Sleeper, UnderDog, any of those using code TTL. So just let me know. Join the Discord and let me know. But our first play of the day, and one of my top plays of the day, is going to be CJ McCollum over 23.5 points and assists. So this is a line we've taken quite often in VIP and in free picks recently. I like his 18.5 points as well, but loving this spot for McCollum today. First off, this is 24.5 on both Sleeper, on all 3 of Sleeper, Chalkboard, and on UnderDog. So I do think this is going to be bumped to 24.5. I think Prizepicks is just asleep at the wheel right now. But definitely recommend getting this in before it bumps to 24.5. If it does go to 24.5, feel free to still take it. Let's head over to Outlier. This is what I use for most of my research. We'll put up the props that I actually like looking at. And we can see CJ McCollum. Over 23.5 points and assists. This is minus 125 odds on DraftKings, minus 129 on Caesars, and all the way at minus 130 on BetMGM. So we're getting decent odds here on Prizepicks. Last 10, he's gone over in 7 of 10. One of these was a 0.5 miss, unfortunately. We actually did have McCollum on that day as well. We've had him in all 3 of these last 3 times he's played, but very unfortunate there. In the head-to-head matchup, he's going over this in 5 of 7 games. The one time he's went against them this year, he had 30. In 2023, he's gone over this in 10 of 14 games, 71%. So I do love this play today. We can see the Grizzlies defense, 11th in points allowed, 9th in assists. They don't allow much points. They don't allow many assists. But then when we look at versus shooting guards, we can see their points does go down. They're 5th in points versus shooting guards, which sucks, but they're 24th in assists. And that's why I like points and assists more than just points. And I don't really think he's going to have any issues scoring, seeing as he's shooting up 16 field goal attempts per game, with 7 of those being three-pointers. He went over last game versus the Spurs, with 26 minutes played. And last game versus Memphis, he actually had 37 minutes played, and he shot up that exact average of 16 field goal attempts. So we can see he's pretty consistent. The least amount of field goal attempts he's had in a game is 11. The most he's had is 23. Hopefully we can have a game like that where he's just shooting up like crazy. 20, 23, 24 field goal attempts. But even without relying on that, as long as he gets 15, 16 field goal attempts, I do see him going over this number when his line is only 23.5 points and assists. So I do love this play today. Let's lock it in with confidence, guys, and let's move on to our second Pelicans play. Obviously, you can't put these in a 2-pick because it's still Pelicans, but we're taking Joe Val. I absolutely love Joe Val today. Again, similar to McCollum, he's been a play we've been consistently taking, and he's consistently cashing for us. We're taking his over 16.5 points and assist. I'm not going to count this next one. Hold on. Before we continue with the 16.5 points and assist, I do want to say I love his rebounds today versus the Grizzlies. They suck at rebound defense, especially versus centers. But at 11.5, it's really hard to take for Joe Val, and you'll see why in a second. But if you're on Chalkboard, guys, and this is why I'm saying you need to get on Chalkboard. Obviously, if you use code TTL, you get a 100% deposit match. It helps me out, and you get a free week of VIP. There's no reason not to use code TTL. But sign up to Chalkboard, use code TTL. They have alt lines. You can move lines. And the reason that I'm so confident in my Chalkboard play today, the reason that that's the only 2-unit play I have posted, is because Joe Val at 11.5 rebounds, I'm iffy on it. But I moved it all the way down. You could move it all the way down to 8.5. I moved it down to 9.5. So I am very confident he gets at least 10 rebounds today. I'm just not so sure about 12. So that just makes me a lot more comfortable. I'll go ahead and look on my second monitor too. Another play I made was Drew Holiday points in that slip. And he's at like 12.5, 13.5 points. I moved it all the way down to 9.5 points. So when you can move those lines down that heavily, it's just a beautiful feeling. It makes it so much more confident and so much more consistent. Highly recommend it. Go sign up to Chalkboard. Use that code TTL. Use my link in the comments. And get your free week of VIP, guys. But Joe Val, 16.5 points and assists. That's what we're going to take on Prizepicks. And on UnderDog, if you prefer UnderDog, it's the same line over there. But Joe Val over 16.5 points and assists. We can see minus 122 on FanDuel, minus 125 on DraftKings, minus 130 on BetMGM. And we can also see over his last 10, he's cast this in 7 of 10. 2 of these were by 0.5 misses, which sucks, but it happens. In the head-to-head matchup, that looks terrible. I know, it looks terrible. He has not gone over it in, I think that's 7 straight games. But you have to remember all of these are from last season as well. And we can see he played 20 minutes. He played 5 minutes, 13 minutes, 17 minutes, 22 minutes, 19 minutes. This is the only one that's an actual loss where he played 29 minutes. And even then, he only had 7 field goal attempts. And for 2023, he's averaging 10 field goal attempts. So definitely that's the reason why the head-to-head looks so bad. And that's also why you can't say, like, a lot of people, if somebody's on his under today, I guarantee he's going under this in 7 straight games versus the Grizzlies. He played 5 minutes, 13, 7. Like, you can't count these games, man, for real. But 2023, he's looking great. He's going over this in 15 of 27 games. Again, he's shooting up 10 field goal attempts per game, and he's averaging 3 or 4 assists. I've been very surprised, very pleasantly surprised at his assists lately. 3 last game, 4 the game before, 3, 4, 2 the game before that, 0. That's an outlier game. 1, 1, 3. But you can see he's getting, there's 4, 7, 3, 3. He's getting between 3 and 5 assists is what I would say I have him projected for today. So I'm loving this. again, the Grizzlies defense overall, 11th in points allowed, 9th in assists. But versus centers, they go up to 13th in points, 5th in assists. So they do give up more points to centers than overall. A little bit less assists compared to overall versus centers. But I don't have an issue with that. I don't think he's going to have any issues today. And we don't know how Morant is going to change their defense. We don't know how Morant is going to change their whole play style. So obviously it's a little bit iffy either way. But I'm loving this play today. Let's lock it in with confidence. Those are my top 2 plays. Again, obviously you can't pair the top 2 plays together because they're both on the Pels. But I will give you a third pick in case you want something to pair them with. And that's going to be Devin Vassell. And we're going to take his under 3.5 assists versus the Bucks. So let's head on over to Outlier. Let's look at this one. So under 3.5 assists. This is minus 125 on FanDuel, minus 120 on DraftKings, minus 120 on BetMGM, minus 113 on Caesars. We can see over his last 10, he's going under in 7 of 10 games. In the head-to-head matchup, he's going over in under in 3 out of 4. But kind of again, 19 minutes, 24 minutes. This is the only really one that's, these two are the only 2 that are actually his playtime. In 2023, we can see he's averaging right around 30 minutes per game. He's gone under this in 12 of 20 games, so 60% of the time. And we can also see he's failed to exceed this in 7 of his last 8 games on the road. So that's another great stat that Outlier gives us today. We can see the Bucks defense, 17th in the league for assists, and versus shooting guards, 6th in the league, only allowing 6 total assists to shooting guards per game. That's the one reason I really love this today, because even though their defense for assist is mid overall, versus shooting guards, they have a great assist defense. I think the Bucks are going to be too much for Vassell to handle, and I think he's going to stay under this 3.5 line fairly easily. So let's lock it in with confidence, guys. These are my top 3 picks of the day. Thank you guys so much for watching. Again, guys, hit that thumbs up button, leave a comment, hit that subscribe button, and I will see you guys next video.